There's an old story people tell here about two lovers in the woods who swore beneath the pines one summer their hearts would stay for good. But seasons changed around them, like seasons always do. One stayed beside the river, one disappeared into the blue. Folklore ending tonight, still echoes through the trees, like old songs carried softly by the evening breeze. Some loves become legends after they fall apart. Folklore ending tonight still lives inside my heart. Now strangers pass the cabin, not knowing what remains, just old initials carved in cedar, and stories wrapped in rain. But every autumn after midnight, when the wind moves through the leaves, I swear I hear your laughter, still calling out to me. Maybe love never really disappears. Maybe it simply becomes a story. Folklore ending tonight, still glowing faint and gold, like the final page of a tale never fully told. Soft finger-pricked guitar, forest ambience, gentle female humming. Tiny motel near the shoreline, neon sign glowing blue, waves crashing softly in the distance as I slowly danced with you. Saw wind moving through the curtains, summer wrapped around our skin, and somehow that cheap old motel felt more luxurious than anything. Oh, Ocean breeze motel still lives inside my soul, where your laughter mixed with moonlight and healed what was broken. Every wave against the shore still sounds like you somehow. Ocean breeze motel still calls me now. We stayed awake till morning, talking underneath the sheets, sharing every hidden fear and every dream we couldn't keep. You traced circles on my shoulder while the radio hummed low, and honestly, I think that night was the closest thing to home. Funny how the smallest places sometimes hold the biggest love. Not perfect, not glamorous, just enough. Ocean breeze motel still glows inside my chest of every place I've ever known. That night was the best. The sky was turning pale and silver, birds beginning softly sing. You stood outside the apartment, holding smoke against the wind. Neither one of us was speaking, like we both already knew. Morning somehow always arrives too soon for people like us. Last cigarette before sunrise, your tired eyes meeting mine. Every second felt too fragile to survive the light. Hold me close a little more before the night is gone. Last cigarette before sunrise, before we move on. You lean softly on my shoulder, watching taxis fill the street. And honestly, I wanted badly to freeze that final scene. Then you kissed me very slowly, like a goodbye wrapped in love. And suddenly the rising daylight didn't feel warm enough. Some endings happen quietly without a single sound, just two hearts watching morning while breaking down. Last cigarette before sunrise still burns inside my soul, though the night has disappeared. I still can't let go. Soft nylon guitar, city ambience fading, gentle female humming. The mountains looked much older, covered softly in the snow. You asked me if love changes as the years begin to grow. I didn't know the answer back when we were 23, still trying to understand who we were supposed to be. Like a landslide through the heart, some things fall apart. Not because we stopped loving, but because life pulled too hard. Still every broken piece carries traces of your touch, like a landslide through my soul. We built dreams beside the fireplace, talking quietly till dawn, never knowing time could steal what once felt so strong. Now your old coat hangs forgotten in the backseat of my car. And honestly, some mornings healing feels too far. Growing older means learning not everything survives. Like a landslide through the heart, you changed the shape of mine. Even after all this time, tiny bookstore near the corner, open way too late at night. You were searching through old novels under dim amber lights, your hair falling past your shoulders while you hummed some unknown tune. And somehow every page around me started leading me to you. Late night bookstore, where I first heard your laugh, between dusty little pages and the ghosts of the past. Every shelf still whispers low about the night I met your soul. Late night bookstore, still feels like home. We talked about forgotten poets and songs from older days. You said love should feel like autumn, soft, beautiful, and strange. Hours vanished in the silence till the owner turned the sign. But honestly, I think my whole life changed that night. Funny how the smallest places can completely change your fate. One conversation after midnight, and suddenly nothing's the same. Bookstore still lives inside my dreams, like a chapter I keep reading again and again. You made a paper moon one evening from an old cafe receipt, then placed it softly in my pocket with a smile so bittersweet. You said, keep this when you miss me, like a joke beneath your breath. But I kept it like a treasure after everything had left. Paper moon inside my coat still floats around my soul. Tiny, fragile little thing, yet stronger than gold. Every wrinkle, every fold still carries pieces of your love. Paper moon still shines enough. Years went by like passing trains, faces came and disappeared, but that little paper moon stayed hidden through the years. Sometimes late at night I hold it while the rain taps on the glass, and suddenly I hear your laughter drifting softly from the past. Funny how the smallest things can survive the longest time, like a paper moon still glowing after goodbye. Inside my hand still helps my heart understand some loves never truly fade. They simply change shape. postcards in the cities that we dreamed we'd someday see. Paris streets and ocean sunsets, places you once described to me. I wrote messages beside them, but never mailed a single one, because some words feel too fragile once the love is gone. Postcards never sent, still hidden in my drawer. Every little sentence there still loves you more. Even though the story ended and we slowly drifted apart, postcards never sent still travel through my heart. One says I still miss your laughter, another says I miss your eyes. One just says I saw the ocean and somehow almost cried. Maybe someday, years from now, you'll wonder if I cared. The answer lives inside those cards, still waiting there. Some feelings never reach the mailbox, some hearts never fully heal, but silence doesn't mean the love was never real. Postcards never sent, still whisper in the dark, tiny paper pieces of a never-fading heart. Purple rain above the skyline, city shining violet blue. You stood underneath the awning like the storm belonged to you. Lightning dancing through the distance, reflected in your eyes. And honestly, I'd never seen anything so alive. Purple rain tonight still pours inside my chest. Every thunder rolling softly feels like your last breath. Though the clouds keep moving on, your memory remains purple rain tonight. You grabbed my freezing fingers and pulled me through the storm, laughing like the world itself could never do us harm. Then you kissed me in the rainfall while taxis blurred the street, and suddenly the whole night felt painfully complete. Some nights become forever the second they begin. Purple rain tonight still colors all my dreams like a beautiful heartbreak. August rain again tonight, tapping softly on the roof. I still think about that summer more than I admit to. You wore your hair tied loosely, with wildflowers in your hands, and somehow every careless moment felt perfectly planned. August rain again, still falling through my mind, like a season that disappeared before I realized you were never mine to keep. Still I loved you all the same. Now every August rainfall calls your name. We stayed awake till nearly sunrise, talking barefoot in the yard. You said love was temporary, like songs played in passing cars. I laughed like I understood you, but honestly I never did, because I would have stayed forever inside that summer with you. Some people become seasons, beautiful and impossible to hold. August rain again, still lives beneath my skin, like a dream I wake from slowly, again and again. Morning waves touch the shoreline, golden light across your skin. You looked out into the distance, like a dream carried by the wind. Your hair moved with the ocean breeze, barefoot standing in the sand, and suddenly the rising sunlight felt softer than your hands. Ocean eyes at sunrise still live inside my mind. Every wave still whispers low the love I cannot hide. Even when the morning fades, your light remains the same. Ocean eyes at sunrise still call my name. We walk slowly by the water, leaving footprints side by side, talking about distant futures and the fears we kept inside. You told me love was fragile, like seashells near the shore, beautiful but easy broken, still worth fighting for. Maybe life moves like the tide, pulling hearts away sometimes, but some mornings stay forever. to see beneath the dawn. Your love lives on. There's a cedar house beside the river, where your shadow still remains. Curtains dancing in the evening, like they're calling out your name. Old boots resting by the doorway, coffee stains upon the sink, and every tiny little detail still pulls me back to you. Cedar House remembers things my heart can't say aloud, like the way you held me softly when the storms rolled into town. Even now the floorboards creak, like your footsteps after dark. Cedar House remembers more than my heart. I drove past there last October. Leaves were burning copper gold. Someone painted all the windows, but the loneliness still showed. I almost stopped beside the mailbox just to see if ghosts were real, because part of me still swears you're waiting there for me. Some places never heal, they simply learn to ache quietly. Cedar House remembers, even after all these years, like a story trapped forever inside a weathered wood and tears. Tiny balcony above the city, cold night wrapped around our skin. You wore my jacket in the silence while the distant cars grew dim. We talked softly about the future, dreams we feared to say out loud, and somehow Somehow under those small lights, everything felt safe. Somehow, balcony lights above the street, you standing close to me, made the whole world disappear, till all I felt was peace. Every little breath tonight felt warmer than July. Balcony lights still shine inside my mind. You pointed at the fading skyline and whispered, "Don't let go." I held your hand a little tighter, like I already knew that someday life would move too fast and pull us far apart. But even time could never steal the memory from my heart. Some nights stay forever young, even after they are gone, like your shadow in the city light, still dancing in my mind. Balcony lights above the dark still flicker in my heart. Even when the world moves on, you still shine on. Paper lanterns in the alley, moonlight shining silver blue, steam rising from tiny kitchens as I slowly walked with you. Crowded streets and midnight laughter, taxi horns beyond the rain. Yet somehow in that noisy city, I only heard your name. Moon over Chinatown still follows me around. Every lantern in the dark still leads back to your heart. Even after all these years, your shadow still appears. Moon over Chinatown still pulls me in. We shared noodles near the corner while musicians played outside. You wiped sauce from my cheek laughing, and suddenly I felt alive. Then we wandered through the market hand in hand beneath the glow. And honestly I wished forever could move that slow. Some cities never leave you, some loves become the same, forever tied together by memory and rain. Moon over Chinatown still lives inside my chest, of every night I've ever known. That one was the best. lanterns in the field, glowing softly after dark. You were dancing through the tall grass, barefoot with a reckless heart. Crickets singing in the distance, summer wind across your skin. And honestly, I thought that moment would never end. Lanterns in the field tonight, still burning in my mind. Like little stars we try to follow before we lost the light. Even now, I close my eyes and see your silhouette. Lanterns in the field, I can't forget. You whispered dreams into the midnight about escaping somewhere west, buying flowers at roadside markets, and finally getting rest. I wonder if you found that life now, or if the world changed you too. Because part of me still waits inside that field with you. Some nights become legends inside your memory. Lanterns in the field tonight still flicker in my soul, like fireflies trapped forever in old folklore. Sounded like summer, bright and reckless in the heat. You danced barefoot through the kitchen while old vinyl cracked its beat. Curly hair across your shoulders, sunlight resting on your skin. And honestly, no photograph could capture how you looked then. Sweet child of mine, you made ordinary moments shine. Every little crooked smile still lives inside my mind. Though the years keep moving fast, part of me still stays behind. Sweet child of mine. We were young and way too hopeful, thinking love could never break. Driving nowhere after midnight, making promises awake. Now the roads feel much quieter without your voice beside me. But every summer evening still sounds like your heartbeat. Some loves belong to youth, wild and impossible to hold. Sweet child of mine, still glowing through the years, like sunlight through old curtains, soft and clear. Yesterday felt warmer somehow, like sunlight through an old cafe. You were laughing by the window while the record softly played. Now the chair across the table sits untouched most nights alone. And honestly, this quiet apartment doesn't feel like home. Yesterday still follows me around, like perfume on forgotten clothes or rain upon the ground. I keep hearing your voice inside ordinary things. Yesterday still sings. Found your handwriting this morning, hidden in an old notebook. Tiny hearts beside my name in your messy little hooks. Funny how the smallest memories can ruin someone's day. One folded page and suddenly I'm back in yesterday. Maybe time moves forward, but hearts move much slower, especially after love. Yesterday still lives beneath my skin, like a song the radio plays again and again. Tiny cafe by the river, yellow lights against the rain, old guitars and quiet laughter, soft jazz floating through the air. You were reading near the window, coffee warming both your hands. I still remember how you looked up, like destiny had made its plan. At the little cafe by the river, I found the love I waited for. Every smile and every whisper made my restless heart feel sure. Little cafe by the river still lives somewhere in my mind, where your eyes met mine that evening and changed my life. We stayed talking for hours while the storm rolled slowly by. You spoke softly about your dreams, like poetry beneath the lights. The owner played an old love song as midnight settled in, and somehow every broken piece inside me healed again. Maybe heaven isn't far, maybe it's is just where you are, sitting by that rainy window with your coffee and your heart. Little cafe by the river still glows inside my chest. Of all the places in this world, that night was the best.